In the unforgiving world of fitness, a stark reality looms. 8 out of every 10 gyms will fail within their first 5 years. They vanish, and yet, every time you walk past that glowing front desk, you see the flash of card readers processing 3-figure sums, and a question hangs in the air. Someone is getting rich here, aren't they? It's a perception fueled by the polished facade of social media. But what's the real story? Today, we don't just pull back the curtain. We expose the raw, unfiltered truth. Can a gym genuinely generate $100,000 in a single month without collapsing under its own ambition? Stay with us. By the end, you will know the precise number of members, the exact square footage, and the unseen toll required to reach this elusive summit. This is a journey into the dark mechanics of fitness entrepreneurship. Here's a question for you. What do you think costs more to operate per square foot? An intensive care unit in a hospital or a single, trendy, midtown CrossFit box? Take a second to guess. The answer is shocking. In many cases, it's the gym. The financial drain is staggering. It begins with rent, a monster that can consume a business whole. Then, the gleaming equipment, a siren's call for capital, insurance premiums that climb year after year, and a ceaseless demand for supplies that can bleed an operation dry. So, before the fantasy of swimming in cash takes hold, we have to ask, can the math ever truly work? Is $100,000 a month a myth, or a code that a select few have cracked? The dream has an alluring simplicity. On paper, it looks perfect. 2,000 members, each paying $50 a month, equals $100,000 in revenue. But this is where the dream collides with a brutal reality. That $50 is not profit. For every dollar that comes in, 60 to 70 cents vanish almost instantly. So where does all that money go? It starts with rent, which in most cities swells to 20, even 25% of your revenue. Then come equipment leases, devouring another 10%. Utilities take 3%. Insurance, another 2%. And then there is the silent killer, payroll. It isn't just coaches. It's trainers, cleaning staff, sales, and marketing. Suddenly, 65 cents of every single dollar is gone. Your $50 fee has withered. What's left is maybe $12 of breathing room. $12 multiplied by 2,000 members is $24,000 a month, a respectable sum, but the owner still hasn't been paid, and this fragile margin exists under constant threat. A single burst pipe, one catastrophic equipment failure, and an entire month of profit evaporates. Are you starting to see the tightrope walk over a financial abyss? If the basic model is so flawed, how does anyone succeed? It's not magic. It's a precise, strategic playbook that masters 3 levers: maximizing revenue per member, diversifying income, and ruthless cost control. First, the flat $50 membership is a trap. Successful operators re-engineer the model with tiers. With a strategic mix of members, the average revenue per member triples to nearly $150. Now, the goal isn't 2,000 members, it is a more attainable 667. But they don't stop there. The next layer is adding independent profit centers. Imagine 120 personal training sessions a week, adding another $33,600 a month. Specialized clinics, a small, high-margin supplement business generating $5,000. Branded apparel, recovery services. Suddenly, the total revenue climbs to an estimated $138,000. With revenue fortified, they attack the overhead. This isn't about being cheap. It's about surgical precision. They negotiate a long-term lease, saving thousands. They implement performance-based pay to cut payroll while driving growth. Total expenses are now contained to around $72,000. After fees, what remains is a profit of $55,000 to $60,000, a 40% margin. This is nirvana. But to survive, the gym must stop thinking like a gym. It must sell like a software company obsessed with value and operate like a budget airline where every dollar is accounted for. But even with the perfect playbook, there's a hidden variable where most ventures fail. Let's say you hit 700 members. You celebrate. But what happens 3 months later when you discover half have disappeared? This is the silent assassin of profitability. Churn. The gyms that consistently win hold attrition below a critical 4% threshold. How? They deploy 3 core systems. First is a meticulously engineered onboarding journey. It's not just handing over a key tag, it is a calculated series of touch points. A goal review session at day 7, another at day 30, and a critical check-in at day 90. Each interaction is a chance to solve problems and upsell a member, adding $40 to $120 in pure monthly margin. Contrast this with a common approach, a key tag, a welcome, and then silence. This is the path to ruin, a business perpetually bleeding members, spending fortunes on acquisition just to stand still. The masters of this game understand a fundamental truth. Retention is not a defensive measure. It is the engine of growth. After all, it is far cheaper to keep a customer than to find a new one. The financial model we've been discussing, complete with the churn formula borrowed from the world of high-growth tech, is available to you. The link is below. A free download with no opt-in required. The numbers are there for you to command. Geography is not just a factor, it is fate. Your choice of location can be the difference between hitting your target and total collapse. Consider a suburban strip mall space at $18 per square foot. It seems like a bargain, but the market dictates a lower price, so you'll need 3 times the members to generate the same revenue as a prime urban location. Now, imagine your operation downtown. $45 per square foot. Terrifying, right? But here, you can command $249 for a boutique class and have a waiting list. The perceived value is entirely different. There is a critical metric. If your rent divided by your total number of active members climbs above $25 per head, you have entered nightmare mode. It means you are in the wrong place, charging too little, or your membership is too small. The winners follow one of 2 paths. The small box, high ticket model, a compact 3,000 square foot facility with an average revenue per user over $200. Or the big box mid-market approach, maximizing a larger space with high-capacity group training. Who gets crushed? The gyms caught in the middle, the undefined, the unspecialized. They are almost always the first to be squeezed into oblivion. So, you did it. $100,000 in revenue, a 40% margin. you are left with $60,000 in profit. But just as it appears, unseen forces claim their share. The first is taxes. You can expect to lose 25 to 30% of that net profit. That $60,000 swiftly shrinks to around $42,000. But the deductions don't end there. Next up, capital expenditures. Every piece of equipment has a lifespan. The flooring will tear, the walls will need repainting, the HVAC will fail. The savvy operator doesn't hope. They plan. They siphon off around 8% of gross revenue into a dedicated fund for the inevitable decay of their assets. From your post-tax profit, another $9,000 is set aside. Your profit is now around $33,000. And if debt from the initial build-out still exists, loan payments can consume another $5,000 to $7,000. The final stark calculation is this. A gym generating $100,000 in revenue may only yield $25,000 to $30,000 in actual take-home owner benefit. It's a demanding business, not a money tree. You've achieved the impossible. The single location is a finely tuned machine hitting the $100,000 target. But a new barrier emerges, a mysterious plateau that most owners hit between 750 and 900 members. Parking becomes a crisis. Classes are full, and staff burnout becomes a real threat. So how do you break through this invisible ceiling? Those who transcend this limit choose one of two strategic paths. The first is expansion, opening a second unit within 5 miles, creating new efficiencies of scale. The second is a pivot gaining ground among the industry's elite, transforming the physical gym into a content studio. Imagine an online community of 200 members, each paying $29 a month for remote coaching. This digital model operates with almost no square footage cost. The profit margins are staggering, 85%. This one addition can inject nearly $5,800 of pure profit into the business each month, financing the next physical location without ever stepping foot inside a bank. It is about leveraging expertise beyond the four walls of the gym. So we return to the central question. Can a gym truly make $100,000 a month? The answer is yes. But it is an answer followed by a colossal but. It is a feat only achieved when average revenue per member is high, when member churn is near zero, and when every expense is treated as a threat to survival. Do you know the single biggest reason most never reach this level? They are obsessed with signing up new members, not with keeping the ones they have. They are seduced by the image of a large facility, rather than the hard data on a spreadsheet. To join the minority who succeed, you must see the business for what it is, not a gym, but a sophisticated subscription model, burdened with heavy, expensive inventory. It is not a place to sweat. It is a finely tuned financial engine. The financial model is there for you to see. The numbers do not lie. You can run them for yourself and decide if the dream is worth the relentless, unforgiving grind, or if it's better to simply remain a customer and buy a punch pass instead. The choice and the numbers are yours.